Hello, quick demo time. Okay, so let's start by motivating affordances. So, streetlight is made of HTML, and HTML is made of the components, and the components all have affordances, and the affordances are unique IDs so that me and the system can stay on the same page. So what happens when you're not on the same page with the system? I was looking for someone to pick on, and so I found Crunchbase and Clara. Sorry if Clara, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. But I went to Crunchbase, and I wonder, what, 5 million new predictions, really? And Clara is like, "Oh, we haven't made 5 million predictions." I was like, "Okay, well, 60,000 insights. What's going on with that?" And that one it got okay. So it wasn't helpful, but okay, we agreed. And then I was like, "What am I looking at here? What's going on with BlackRock?" Like, at this point, I was down here, and it's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And the problem is, my view of the system is different than Clara's view of the system. So affordances are my attempt to solve that. So how I got here, trying to tell the story a little bit. So LLMs, man, is pretty crazy. These things are pretty nuts. One thing that I think is a good well, not even critique. It's a good thing. Just a true thing is that these are not creative systems, right? They if you know there I think aren't there cases where like I think for Maya.media we used an email client that everyone else is using now, because if you ask Claude 100 times to to do something to set up emails for your social app, it will recommend the same one 90 times. That's just a fact. So how do you take these systems and try to get something else out of them? One way is by doing dynamic workflows where you run something multiple times and then you have the system um, tell you what came back, and then look at the tails of the distribution. So to contextualize what we're looking at here, these are nodes. Basically, the way I'm kind of working with this is that I think I think chatting with LLMs is you lose whatever you had, and then you start fresh every time. So nodes are a way of trying to preserve the context. So what we're looking at here is kind of the result of a session with the LLM where I basically had a dynamic workflow kickoff that said, all right, have all these spin up all these instances, have them look at all the system prompts, and then come back with their interpretation of what the system is. And mostly what we got, 75% of what we got was, it's like, and I asked for like an analogy. And the analogies were, it's a regent running for the king who's not there. It's a Mars rover that, because of the time difference, the Mars rover has to make autonomous choices based off of rules. It's the it's all these things. And it was like, yeah, that's pretty much it. And then one other thing was, it's like termites and coral reefs. And so I was like, oh, maybe it is like termites and coral reefs. So that has been something that I've been messing with for the last week. And it's a cool idea. It's still just an idea. We're not really, how are we doing on time? All right, about halfway. It's still like kind of an idea, but it's really interesting because the idea is the system has its own logic, and just like if you were an employee on your first day at a company that was really well organized and had really up-to-date documentation, you would be able to get right to work. Whereas if your first day is at a company where nobody knows what's going on and the documentation is out of date and everyone's confused and the roles conflict, you're going to have a hard day on your first day. So trying to make my system more like the world where everything makes sense. And how are we doing that? One way we're doing that, and again, sorry for I'm just like showing you my slop. But this is kind of I'm asking for a lot of diagrams, and I'm asking for diagrams with minimal. I'm not then cleaning up the diagram. I'm kind of like looking it over and then using that as an immediate signal. So this is I asked for a map. And this actually is like not that bad. So we've got a whole bunch of input sources that can be very like messy and untrusted. They come from me, they come from voice memos, they come from the app itself, feedback I give through the app, they come from potentially the open web. And then and this is where the analogy breaks down a little bit. The termites have rules, so they follow their noses and they have heuristics about where to put their little piece of sand or whatever to make the larger structure. But here there's a kind of a gradient to and actually I also think of it as pace layers. So there's kind of a like there's a system prompt that doesn't ever really change and is like gospel truth. And then there's skills, and those change more than the system prompt, but they're still should be true. And then there's an intermediate layer, which is kind of an outlet valve for us to put that one's actually public. I can show you the shelves. So the idea is if it's white, that means it was me that added it. If it's purple, that means that the agent added it. And it's just basically a place when we put something that we want, but we don't want to do it yet. When we put something that's wrong, but we don't necessarily know how to fix it. When we put something that's true, but maybe we don't know what to do with it yet. And then we also can just record the winds and record the metaphors. There's some fun images in here. Yeah, where was I going with this? So yeah, there's the more opinionated this is, the better future users and future LLMs that have a very incomplete view of the system will be able to not make any mistakes. So that's kind of how I'm working. And now, oh yeah, okay, we have just enough time. We're gonna play a game of chess the idea is I'm building, and I'm gonna continue this hopefully on a future time. I'm building a chess engine, and I'm trying to stay in the loop of what we are doing. And all right, so it's very simple right now. The engine is super simple right now. It's picking the moves off of fighting for the center, grabbing material, and don't hang pieces. And so this should be a pretty quick game because it's pretty dumb right now. The idea is eventually we're going to make it so it beats me, or so I beat it. Leaving that pawn hanging a little bit. Oh, it moved there. Okay. Oh, no. Oh. What am I doing? I'm freaking out. I'm not freaking out. Oh, that's interesting. So it wants to move the king. So yeah, I think maybe it's fighting for the center a bunch. Yeah, it's the fighting for the center is where it got all those pieces from. It's just, yeah, it's just fighting for the center right now. And that move was made. Interesting. Negative. We'll have to look into that. Um, oh, I can check. Oh, but yeah, it took my thing. Okay. I don't know why it's a he. Aha, aha. So there's no mechanism to, um, oh, I'm killing it. I'm killing it. There's no mechanism to, what's the word? Like protect itself. I wonder how that will work. Um, oh, oh yeah, I got you now. Yeah, picking up that material. Um, I don't think these. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens if I move it midstream. This is. I'm doing this live. I really am. I really haven't. Oh, I'm gonna get you. Oh, I'm gonna get one of your pieces. Now I'm just trading material. Um, so is that active? Is it not? Yeah, now it's no longer. So now let's have it only go for material. I feel really to put my cards on the table, to let you into how this feels. I feel guilty that I'm showing something like, why is this worth your time if I don't even understand it? Am I fooling myself? Am I pretending that I'm so cool that I can make this? I do think. I mean, I do think this is cool. Like, I think it's cool to, like, this is the kind of thing that I heard was a really fun programming exercise to make a chess engine that and iteratively build it until you build something that can beat you. Um, so that's what I'm doing. All right, we're gonna get you in checkmate. We're gonna get you. We're gonna get you. Oh yeah, big mistake. All right. All right, here we go. How do I end this game? How do I end this game? Will that do it? That won't do it. Um, I gotta use my pieces. Gotta use them. Gotta use them, baby. Oh. All right, here we go. Now we do it. Now we're catching it. Now we're catching the things. All right. What if we just do that? Oh, now I gotcha. Now I gotcha. Oh. Oh, you're mine now. Yes, I won. Okay. We'll come back another time and maybe understand it a little better.